Now this has showed up and I'm including this in donations and deliveries and also doing a video on it, but I've only got one parcel to unbox. So this is going to be a dual purpose recording here. I am fairly confident I know what this is, and I've sliced through the corner of the letter, and as usual Somerville Metal Works have packed this very well. I have a Travel Buddy stove, or a Travel Buddy oven, in my 6-wheel drive Land Rover, and this is a Somerville Metal Works insulated door kit that is provided by a third-party company called Somerville Metal Works. Alright, we've got the two bits here. So this is the SNW013 kit. This is the latch kit with rivets. Now the door normally just springs shut with a little spring clip, but when you have the big heavy Somerville Metal Works trivet like I have in there, it can push the door open on rough roads. So let's have a look here at our insulated door kit and see what that looks like. So interestingly, I was kind of expecting this to actually have like a cover on the inside of this, but it doesn't. So maybe this goes over the front of the door. I guess that's how that goes. I'll have to check the instructions. Alright, so I did read through all these instructions on camera, and I've decided that a quicker moving video is a bit more preferable. So what we can infer from all of these is a couple of basic steps. So this, we can confirm, fits over the top of the existing door. It's not a replacement door. A little hole here for the door handle. You take the existing door handle off and it goes in that hole. And you take this insulation out to get to that hole on the back of it and put it back in. Leave the scratch guard off till we're done. That's generally preferable. And in terms of this, we can position this on here, and once we've got this fitted, then we fit the little tab side here. We fit that to the oven carefully and make sure it's positioned properly. So let's go out and do that, and I will put these on screen so anybody that wants to read them can pause for a minute and have a bit of a read. Alright, so it's the next day and the temperature is way more amenable to this. So I think today I'm going to take everything out of the oven. It's going to be a good opportunity to give it a good clean out. I've relied on this for a good week solid, a little while back. So definitely need to clean, and we need to remove this from its position here anyway, and we'll take that handle off. So let's get this out of the hole. Okay, we've got this out, and we're going to need a screwdriver or two to take the door handle off. That's a long bolt. I'm going to leave the scratch guard on until we're finished installing, but we should be able to sit that down like that. Now it suggests that we reinstall the door handle there. So what we're going to do is make sure things are nice and central here. I'm going to push it on solidly there, and then we'll drill our first hole as a pilot, and then we'll do the rest from there. Got my good old high quality Ryobi here. I have a rivet gun for riveting frogs. Anyway, and the supplied drill bit, which is a nice quality one too, I have to admit. Certainly a little bonus to getting it. I'm going to take out one rivet to start with, and I think I'm going to select drill mode and high speed on this, and adjust my clutch back a bit in case it jams. So now we want to check, as per instructions, that this is nice and central and that it looks right, particularly from the top, because that's a bit that I'm going to be looking at the most. Measure twice, cut once, guys. Make absolutely sure before you drill that first hole, because there's not much going back after that. Now did that shift it? It did slightly. So I need to hold this in position well. Oh, it is walking all over the place. I think that's why they say center punch it. So let's just be gentle here. Okay, here's our first one. Now at this point you could rivet that hole and get things positioned as you want. What I'm going to do is leave that rivet in there and mark the other 4 positions. This is also why I plan to clean the oven after this, because obviously there's going to be a few metal shavings in here and a bit of aluminium foil from my stuff. Now we're going to give it a little clean off here. One thing that does occur to me too, before I pop rivet that front cover down, I'm probably going to fit the latch, just in case I need to access the back of the door for anything. For the record, while we're doing part numbers, the SMW009B is the insulated door kit. This is the 24 volt one, the marine one. It's a little bit bigger than the 12 volt one. In any case, we're going to fit this latch. This also comes with pop rivets, which I assume are the same size. We will compare that to our drill bit here. That appears to be considerably smaller, so I may need a smaller drill bit for these. So I could probably put that down there or up there. That would definitely hold it in position with the existing door handle. We may do that, as much as it's going to bother the aesthetics. If we're not reusing that hole, that's the way we might go. This steel has been designed for a laser cutter, and they put a non-reflective scratch guard on it, which both helps protect it from scratches but also stops the laser reflecting back and makes it cut a little easier. My fake fingernail is the can opener on my Victorinox cyber tool. Very handy for a lot of these things. Okay, we'll straighten that back up. Definitely require a bit more force. I'm guessing the guys at Somerville use a better quality rivet gun than I've got, because that was some genuine force needed there. We'll put our little screw in there, put our handle back on, and find our screwdriver from before, and we're going to do this up good and firm, because the ability for us to tighten that up again will require drilling rivets. Jesus Christ. Alright, our insulated door is attached. That feels a bit firmer, and there is obviously more weight to it, which I think this latch will definitely help. Now, we have to think about how we're going to put that latch on. So that might do. Much easier than the big ones. Here comes the postie. He might have something for me. Alright, we'll be back after a chat to the postie. Alright, that was nice. I had a delivery. So it's just about to start raining. So what I'm going to do is take these pliers, give this a bit of a bend up. I'm going to shut some hatches and make things water resistant again. And we'll come back and show you how I got there. Now, I could take this and bend it and stuff on here, but I'm worried I'm going to mess everything up. If I have a look under here, this is actually not fitted together. So I might be able to just pop this wire bit out, take it to my vise in the workshop and give it a bit of a bend and then bring it back. Okay, so I stuck it in the vise, in the jaws like that, and gave it a bit of a push with a piece of wood. And hopefully that profile works a little bit better for us. Let's see, it is going to hold it from coming open, but it is a little loose. So I think I need to go a little bit more with it. I need to fold that under a little bit more. Alright, we've got it in a position that it will latch shut nicely. That took about 5 or 6 attempts to get it right. The fact that the stainless steel work hardens makes life a bit of a pain. Now, the observant among you might notice the spring's not on here and it doesn't spring back again. This is a slightly tricky maneuver to do. I think I should be able to pull this down, fold it shut, pop it in that way. I think that works better. Okay, now I can latch that shut. But that probably was the most frustrating part of the whole thing, was getting that bent right. So in the manual when they say a quick bend with a pair of pliers, if you've got pliers like this, firstly, the taper on this makes it a pain. You need flat jawed ones, or you'll need a vise. And once you've bent it a couple of times, it gets so hard to work with. but that's stainless steel for you. When you're cleaning these out, these cheap scrubbers you get from like Woolies or also Coles for like 70 cents, magic on these things. They get stuff off you'd never expect. Okay, so giving things a bit of a clean up. Going to latch our lid shut here for a bit and put it back in the hole. Then we'll run it for a little bit to let it warm up and dry off a bit. Note to self, laser cut steel can be sharp sometimes, so we will check that. I got done a few weeks ago on that finger as well. Alright, so my apprentice has selected as the test item the mozzarella sticks. We're going to have that with some chicken Kievs we're cooking inside. The door is slightly warm, but it's quite easy to touch. Before you would have burnt yourself. That in itself I appreciate. It does stick out a bit here now, but I can come up with that. The latch I'm going to have to rebend a little bit to make that work properly. Get to it later. I may even bend up my own frame. But I'm glad we did decide to put the handle there. Now I have put the rack on the bottom. When I first got this Somerville tray, geez, the oven already feels warmer in there. When I first got that tray, I was sitting it right on the bottom of the oven. And the bottom would expand out and it'd push it up and it's hard to get in and out. Works a whole lot better putting that bottom tray down. 190 for an hour and a half. We'll see if it comes out. I've distributed the mozzarella sticks all the way from the front to the back. Traditionally when I do this sort of thing it would only crisp up right near the back of the oven. So if this works well it should crisp up evenly across the whole thing. Alright, it's been about 45 minutes. I'm going to whack some gloves on. We'll see what these things look like. So look here. Shut our oven to retain some heat. See what they look like so far. They're getting there. They need a little bit longer. And so do the Kievs inside. They were frozen solid when they went in. So let's go in here. Alright, we're an hour in and they smell good. Oh, that was hot through the glove there. Ooh, they look good. So a couple of them are split. They look kind of crispy. They are a little bit, if I left them in probably a bit hotter and a bit longer they would be better, but they're edible anyway. So I'm going to take them inside and we're going to turn this off. More importantly, they are evenly cooked. We can take a better look here. Whilst they're not crispy yet, they are evenly cooked all the way across. That's what we're aiming for, and I think the door is going to work really well. Anyway, let's go eat. We're going to chuck these for some chicken Kievs and have dinner.